Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on Their Fight Story. I have Mike Triana with us, who will be going over his last fight that he had on March 12th for a Lion Fight.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dalia. It's nice to be
Thank
here.
you. So tell me, how was your training for this particular fight different from your other trainings?
We study our opponents, and every time we study our opponents, we train certain holes that we see in their game plan. But like I always say, like we're always training, and we always keep our skills up and keep bettering ourselves, because sometimes you might study an opponent, and then you might find something else during the fight. So then I think the only thing that differs really was the COVID part, the COVID, and and the different game plan. But like at the beginning, coming out of with all this stuff coming out, we started training super early in the mornings. Then later on, started moving to a little bit more partner work, because we weren't doing too much partner work again because of COVID. But then at the end, we kind of had to. So even though the group of people that I work with, like my team and my teammates that I work with, it's a small amount of people. So we just stick with our little group of fighters, and then we just do the clinching, do the sparring with us together. I know Aaron Ortiz is my main training partner. He just won the nationals, and so we've been training together for a while, and we would just like wake up at 4 in the morning to go train. Like I guess that was a crazy one, to just like train super early in the morning to make sure the members had space later on in the morning, like those that came in the morning. But yeah, we adapted. We adapted for sure.
Now, you wrote a book, an online book, which I have
Yes.
here. How has that changed? Like with the COVID and the pandemic, like did the stuff that you write in this particular book help, or did you realize that you needed to add or change certain things to it?
Yeah, I wrote the fighter's manual for weight cutting. No, I did the same thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Nice, awesome. Yeah, so that's the one. No, it's the same thing. That book is written in a way that I try to teach people more about how their body works. There's not like there's many ways to cut weight, but there's certain things that you have to keep in mind. For instance, like sleep. Like sleep is super important. Um, like I usually that's something that I need to work on. But when I have a fight coming up, I definitely like I stop working. Like I mean, I work, but I make sure that my sleep is like on point. Like I sleep like 9 to 10 hours a day, just because the training is very intense. So I want to make sure that I get that sleep. That part is important. Like hydration, another thing that people don't do is hydrate their body enough. They eat, but they don't drink liquids. They don't drink good minerals and electrolytes as well, because sometimes water is not enough. They need to get the electrolytes. So those are like basic things, and I think if people follow those, even through a pandemic or through anything, they can, even if they're vegetarian, if they're all these things, like they can readjust, because it's just the basics: good sleep, good hydration, right? And then you have your vitamins and minerals, and after that, at the end of everything, you have your calories. Now you want to get your calories from good sources. Again, you could be a vegetarian and get your calories from there, or you can eat meat. I personally love fish. I feel like my body performs the best eating fish. I guess that's one thing I did change for myself. I started eating more fish than anything, like salmon and cod, and I felt like my body was performing better. So as you go, you learn more about your body, you learn more about yourself, not just physically, mentally as well. And then yeah, you just keep adjusting, you keep bettering yourself.
Now, your last week training, how was that? Did that change from your previous fights?
No, I would say we always suffer those last weeks. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Lots of running, lots of hidden pads, lots of surprise training.
Mhm.
You think you're done, but you're not done.
Yeah.
You know, and then you think you're done after that one, and you're still not done because coach gives you even more. But you know what? Like I love it. Like it's a tough, but you know that's what we do. That's one thing that I always say is that if I give 100% of myself, that's it,
Mhm.
100%. I'm happy. I'm happy with whatever happens. You know, of course, I always go for the win, but
Mhm.
as long as I give 100%, I'm happy with the work because people see again what's at the end of the fight, you know, like
Yeah.
or at the end of of the fight, which is when we're in the ring. But
Mhm.
there's so much work behind that, you know, and that's why I respect my opponent as well coming out there and you know be in the ring with me because I know it takes a lot of work just to get in there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of work and sacrifice that you guys do that a lot of people they don't see it, especially even now during this pandemic because there's so many different types of regulations that you guys had to meet.
Hmm.
Like if you're traveling, you have to make sure that you get, tested before you travel. And then when you get there and, how is that?
Exactly.
How
Yeah.
was that experience? Did that cause more stress on your body? Having to do all that or no?
Well, luckily, I did travel to Colombia before and I did it already, like
Oh,
the whole testing. So it wasn't completely foreign to me because I
mm-hmm,
did it before. So I kind of knew what I had to do, like at least in my city where I could get a test like quickly.
mm-hmm,
You know, and then when we got to the fight, it was actually pretty smooth. Like the we just went there, did the medicals, I mean the weigh-ins, and then
mm-hmm.
after you know we did the test. So it was pretty smooth. They ran it pretty well. So it wasn't too much of a hassle, to be honest.
Okay, that's good. Now I have the clip of your fight where you did your famous kick. We're gonna play it. If you can give us a just a like a kind of a explanation of what was going through your mind and like
Sure.
before you did it, when you did it, and then after.
Yes, of course.
All right, let's go.
So right there, I hurt my opponent's arm on the previous round. Actually, he told me he's like, "Man, I thought you're gonna break my arm." So then I knew that he was gonna come in at some point. He was gonna come in because he's a very strong clincher.
Mhm.
He was gonna come in, use his elbows. They call him the shark. Use his punches. Um, so then we were just timing him, and then what we practiced a lot was circling, you know, towards the outside. That way, we don't get caught in the ropes and then start getting clinched up, right? And then eventually, after hitting the arm, going for the head, we were actually planning on the third and fourth round. But you know, again, we have to adapt to the fight.
Mhm.
And since he was doing big movements, I saw the open. And as soon as my coach said circle out, you know, in the video you can hear him say like circle to the center. And as soon as I did, like that was the opening that I saw, and then my body just like did the kick right away. Like we drilled this so many times, and actually, you were there in the gym for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
You saw some of the drilling, you saw the going back, you saw
yeah,
how we were timing, and then we did the same thing in the ring, you know, which is awesome. I love those type of fights just because again, you practice something so much, and then all of a sudden, like you know you have that game plan and it goes, you know, perfect. So then yeah, very proud of you know our work together as a team with my coach. You know, coming up with that game plan was amazing.
now where do you plan to go from here? Are you planning to take another fight quickly if they offer you one, or what is it that you want to do?
Right now, we gotta see. We're you know talking with the promoter, see what deals we can get um, from them as well.
Hmm.
And yeah, because I mean I've been fighting for line fight for a while now, so let's see what we can do, and see what's open as well. Just because you know the COVID thing, and
Yeah.
but um but so far so good. I have good things coming out. I can't spoil all the surprises. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Big things are always coming. I'm always working.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to share before we conclude with your interview?
I will say thank you and big shout outs to you know my whole team. Definitely, this one was a big one for my team. Just because again we're all just coming out to fight again after you know after all this pandemic and all that stuff, and we all just bonded. You know, we bonded in a very great way, training together. That, you know, we had Calling, one of our team members, go out with out in Tennessee, fight. He was the first one out to fight. He won his fight. Then we had Matt Negrati, Aaron Ortiz, Brian went out to the tournament, the Waco tournament. Went out there. They had a great time out there. I was saying Aaron won the nationals, so I'm so proud of him. Nagrati, Matt, same thing, did a great fight, got a KO as well. So very proud of my team. So big shout out to them. Of course, big shout out to our coach Ep3 Hayes, because, you know, he's the one training us, the mind behind the operations, you know. So yeah, so big shout out to my team and everybody that's supporting me. Huge shout out, of course, to my family in Colombia and in the States as well. They always support me, even though sometimes they hate that I fight, but it's okay. they support me at the end, and they're very kind to me. To my sponsors, Unrivaled, down in Worcester, Massachusetts. Matt, he's a great personal trainer, and he's the one that does all the strength conditioning for me. So thank you to Matt for that. And Unrivaled, Moy, that's also sponsoring me. He has the Dapper Dangerous for men's styling, so you're gonna see some cool stuff coming out. he's gonna help me pimp out, you know? So that's a whole other story there, but no, it's great. I have and he's also a fighter, so then, you know, it's amazing to work with him. So big shout out to my sponsors, and then, of course, all my supporters. You know, I have a lot of people on Instagram, a lot of people like in different parts of the world that send many great messages to me. So thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. And lastly, people in my academy. As many of you might know, I started an online academy, and I have like my own little group of people that I work with, you know, through online classes. So and they're watching as well. So thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I will talk to you soon. We look forward to hearing the news that will be coming up.
Yes, for sure, Igdalia, and thank you so much for you came out to our gym and, you know, took pictures, did videos, and the interview. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I know your time is valuable, so thank you for taking time out. God bless you.
Thank you, Dalia.